Hello, everyone. It's Alana Wakeman here from the Forest and Bridge Real Estate Group at Remax Real Estate Center. And I am back finally after kind of an unintentional hiatus of just dealing with COVID life and trying to find some joy over the summer. I'm back with an interview today. I will have some more that were pre-recorded that I will be posting as well. So stay tuned and keep an eye out here. But today I have Carly from Elevation Branding. Hello, Carly.
So happy to be here.
Thank you for coming on my show, my talk show. Not really. I'm giving myself a lot more credit than I deserve. Okay, so let's start with the basics. Tell me about your company. Tell me about your name. Tell me about what you do.
All right.
Not your personal name, but like the company name.
Yes.
You want to get into name history and what Carly means. We can go down that.
My name means, yeah, I wouldn't know anyways. So my business name is Elevation Branding. I just rebranded that. I've been wanting to rebrand for a long time. I've been doing branding and marketing for probably about 10 years now. And I kind of started my business about 7 years ago and was just kind of using my own name. Didn't really have anything that I was passionate about for a name per se. Until recently. And when I changed my name, it was a focus on more of elevating brands and businesses. So that's kind of where the name stemmed from, was kind of like the peak of a mountain. When you go to the peak of the mountain, you're at the top. And I kind of want to give brands and businesses that feeling of being at the top of their business game. So that's kind of where the name came from. I specialize in branding and marketing, of course. So that's anything from like full brand design with logos and brand guidelines to websites, social media, graphic design, and then marketing in terms of like social media marketing and advertising campaigns, or just in general, like the marketing that you need for your business for things like envelopes, like all the different types of materials that you need for your business to promote it.
All the stuff you don't think about until you start a business and you're like, oh, I need business cards and letters.
Yeah, exactly. Like
the header and
the email headers. Yeah, all the little things, like those are kind of what I specialize in. And it's all basically to wrap around and bring it into like having a consistent brand and business.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned the Mountain Peak thing, because I was actually going to bring that up with your own personal branding.
Yeah.
The slides that you post have that mountain image in the background, and I really like that. I think it's like bold, but also serene, but also adventurous. So it encompasses a lot.
And that's kind of the feeling that I wanted to give when people look at my brand, because I see a lot of brand designers that kind of have the same look and feel, and it's all very soft, and that's totally okay. That's their brand. I get that. But I wanted mine to kind of stand out more, and I wanted it to have a different type of impact. And I wanted the images that I use to directly represent my branding, which the mountains do to me. And I hold a special place in my heart for mountains in general. I've been to a few mountains, including like the Rocky Mountain National Park, and like the feeling that you get at the top of a mountain is like, it's actually indescribable if you've never been there. Like, it's just truly amazing. It's like surreal to be up there. And that's where this feeling stemmed from, of wanting to give that feeling to brands and businesses. So that's kind of why I keep the mountain feeling going. And it's all, you'll see it all through my branding. It's very consistent. And yeah.
I love that. I love that. And of course, now you live in Byron. I also live in Byron, and we have Bowler Mountain, although I don't know what I would use to describe that necessarily, but another great local business with skiing, snowboarding.
Yeah.
It's a tangent. But, so yeah, you live here in Byron as well. What actually are some of your favorite businesses here in the Byron and kind of surrounding areas? Restaurants, or
I mean, immediately my brain goes to food because I'm a food lover. So a couple of my favorites are Dolcetto. I love that restaurant, whether ordering or going in there, it's always really good. And of course, Byron Pizza, everyone knows that one, but they are a solid pizza place. I love going there. And then aside from food, somewhere that I go all the time because I have 3 dogs is Bloomingdale's in Byron. I love their little shop they have, and I actually get all 3 of my dogs groomed there, and they've always been amazing I have two rescues, and one of them is super shy with people, and they've worked with him to kind of make him comfortable. So I highly recommend them as well. And they're right in Byron too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm gonna have to reach out to them too.
Yeah.
I haven't had a dog for years, and not since I've lived in London, so I'm not as up on the pet game and grooming work. So that's good to know. I mean, I really love Byron because we have everything right here. We have our own little downtown. We have our own grocery stores.
Yeah.
We're fast enough to zip out into the country, into Camoka, Strathroy, into downtown, and then everything we're doing over in Riverbend too right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love living here, and like the area is just blooming too for like the Riverbend area. So I feel like it's only going to get better for what we have to offer in this area.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. What would you say is your favorite part of your business? And it can be anything. It can be that your business yourself. It can be working with specific clients. You interpret it how you wish.
Yeah. So my favorite part, of course, is probably getting to design freely. Like that's kind of what I've always been passionate about. That's where my business kind of started, was because I went to school for graphic design. That's where my career actually started. And then from there, I kind of grew to love the marketing aspect of it too. So my favorite part is definitely getting into it and getting designs done. But I also really, really love working with local businesses. That's kind of been my focus more lately, is to work with local businesses that I can actually shop at, that I can go and see my work in too. I think that's a really cool part of it. So when you see your own work printed, or when you see it on a shop sign, that's kind of like the coolest feeling for a designer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of, I would say probably the design part, because I've always really loved design and art in general. And then getting to work with really awesome clients. I have been lucky to work with really, really nice people, and people that have really cool businesses too. So that's really fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what are some things you like to do when you are not working, which I'm sure is probably fairly limited time since you are an entrepreneur, but sounds like you like to travel a bit, you like food.
Yeah. So definitely travel when we are not in the COVID world, of course.
When that's allowed.
Yeah, usually generally we were like, my husband and I were taking probably 1 or 2 trips a year, one usually in Canada and then one in the winter somewhere. But aside from that, because we're not traveling, of course, right now, golf is definitely my biggest hobby, I would say.
I did not know that about you. I learned something
Yeah. So pretty much when I'm not working, I'm usually at the golf course, I would say. I try to work my schedule. That's kind of the nice thing about working from home and working for yourself, is I can skip out and golf in the afternoon and then come back home and work at night if I need to. So I definitely golf, and I've only been golfing really for 4 years, but the last 3 years have been kind of my favorite, because I've grown a lot, and golf is a challenging game. I really like challenges. So having that challenge of trying to improve your score and competing against yourself is fun. But aside from that, I love going to the beach in the summer. Summer is my vibe. That's where I live. I love it so much. And then playing with my dogs and walking them and spending time with them. So, and my husband, of course, but
yeah,
he's always there too.
They're around. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to specifically note about your business? Any exciting things you have coming up, or any particular clients, or?
Yeah. So
if there's not, then not.
Yeah. There's a lot I'm working on my business side. A few things that I'm going to be launching probably next month on my website are some different types of guides, like social media guides, branding guides, kind of the basics of what you need to know about branding for someone that might not have any idea where to even start with it. And then eventually I'm going to be launching some Canva templates for social media, so that you can kind of just go on and download the templates and customize them for your specific business. So those are kind of the main things I'm working on my business side. Aside from that, I'm going to be doing an article for Dreamer to Creator magazine. So I'm pretty excited about that. That'll be coming up soon. But yeah, other than that, just working away, trying to keep growing my business, and yeah.
That was a great answer, by the way. I always feel like I'm putting people on the spot a bit there because it's like, no, just working, or oh, it's COVID, so not much happening.
Yeah.
Excellent answer, and I'm glad to hear there's lots of exciting things going on, and I will definitely, for my own use, keep an eye out for those.
I'm pretty excited about all of the templates and the guides and stuff, because I think I get a lot of questions from people that I think just having them in one place and being able to just download something and read through it on your own time is nice versus trying to do like a course type of thing. So I'm excited to launch those for sure.
Awesome. Definitely. Yeah. Okay, one last thing that I like to do with everyone before we wrap up our interview is a little bit of a real estate rapid fire. So I'm just going to ask you a bunch of like random real estate questions, answer to the best of your ability, interpret how you wish. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Old home, century home versus newer homes?
Newer homes.
Newer homes, okay. Describe the current housing market in one word.
Probably crazy.
What is your favorite neighborhood in London?
Well, I'm a bit biased because I live in Byron and I absolutely love it here. But I would say like up and coming areas are like Sunningdale's looks really nice. I've always loved like the Riverbend area too, but of course that's keeping within the Byron area. But yeah.
Would you rather live in a high-rise luxury penthouse with no outdoor space, or a modest house with a huge yard, pool, gazebo, hot tub?
I'd have to go with the modest with the big yard and everything else because I love spending time outside. So I don't think I could live without an outdoor space.
Yeah, I don't think the dogs would appreciate it either.
Yeah, they would not be cool with that either.
And then last question I have for you, farmhouse rustic or sleek and modern? What's more your style?
I'd have
or something different too.
Probably like in between, because I do like the farmhouse style, but like not too rustic, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It sure does.
I'm like, I make up my own style, I guess.
Yeah, I joked one time where I'm like, I would describe my style as modern farmhouse, cottage, house, rustic, Scandi, Japandi, chalet. Yeah,
all of those things all in one.
Exactly. Actually, I like how we both have the same kind of.
I know. I noticed that the accent wall. I love it.
Big Although my whole office is this. I'm not going to show you because it's a disaster. But it was like dark wood because my house is a 70s house. So
yeah,
now we like much better. But.
Yeah, I love it. I just have the one dark wall behind me, but the rest of the office is like super bright.
I love it. I think it's a very classic look.
Yeah, I love it too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. Carly at Elevation Branding. I will make sure in the write-up that goes below that we have all your contact info for anyone who wants to reach out. Instagram, website, email, all that good stuff. So thank you again and have a wonderful day.
Thank you for having me.